Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem, and then continue to stand for an honor song by Thunder Jack, who is Bear Clan from the Oneida Nation.
Ton bras c'est porter l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land.
Thank you, Thunder Jack. Please take your seats. On behalf of George Brown College, I would like to welcome you all, graduates, family, and friends, to this afternoon's convocation exercises for the class of 2014. My name is Georgia Quartaro. I'm Dean of the Center for Preparatory and Liberal Studies, and it is my pleasure to serve as your Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. Graduates, today we have gathered to recognize your academic achievements. You have worked hard to get here, and I extend warm congratulations to you all on this special day. Sure. I would like to, our convocation ceremony today is taking place on the traditional lands of the Mississaugas of New Credit. Now I would like to introduce the members of our platform party. I will ask them to stand and remain standing as they are introduced. Please hold your applause until the end of the introductions. It is my pleasure to introduce Sally Horsfall-Eaton, the first Chancellor of George Brown College. From the Board of Governors of George Brown College, Jim Daku and Julie Bulmash. From George Brown College, Ann Sato, President of the College. Eugene Harrigan, Vice President, Corporate Services. Mark Nesbitt, Vice President, Special Assignment, Corporate Services. Karen Thompson, Vice President, Marketing and Strategic Enrollment Management. Diane Tessier, Registrar. Helene Vukovic, Acting Dean, Center for Business. Bearing the mace this afternoon is Beadle Tom Supra, Professor in the Center for Business. From the George Brown College Student Association, Hallie Requena Silva, who is the Director of Student Life and Campus Relations. Ed Sakane, our Elder in Residence. Our keynote speaker for this afternoon, Michael Fenton, who will be more formally introduced later in the program. And finally, the staff and faculty of the Center for Business at George Brown College. Stand up, please. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, your platform party, please take your seats. This afternoon, we are recognizing graduates from the School of Accounting and Finance, the School of Human Resources, the School of Management, and the School of Marketing in the Center for Business. Our interpreters this afternoon are Monique Ledrew and Tara Everett, and our captioner is Joanne Anderson. I now invite Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton to address the graduating class. Madam Chancellor.
Well, welcome, class of 2014. It's a pleasure to have you and your families here. Now, you may have noticed walking in that the dignitaries were preceded by a beetle carrying a big stick. Now, that big stick was the new George Brown mace, and the mace is the symbolic emblem of authority delegated to the chancellor. It dates back to medieval times, 13th century, and can be carried into battle to break the chainmail or body armor of knights. So this is going to be really useful in 2014. Nonetheless, the royal mace is carried before the king as a sign of domestic security and authority, and is now used in most parliaments. So it'll be used as the official events like convocations and other occasions, special occasions from time to time. But most importantly, it was all designed in-house by our George Brown faculty, staff, students, and to them we owe a great debt of gratitude. Thank you very much, all of you. You will notice on page 5 of your program, if you get bored in this event, there is a description of the symbols of the mace. So this is your big day. Congratulations. You've worked hard and you're finally here. What an special time. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering where the path will lead you. And by the way, so are your family. I can't tell you that, where you'll be in the next 5 years, and it may not even be where you think you'll be in the next 5 years. But I can offer you a few words of advice for success at work and for a good life. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts, than money, than circumstances, than what other people think or do or say. We can't change the inevitable, and bad things do happen, but the only thing we can do is play the one string we have, which is our attitude. I firmly believe that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes, and in turn in charge of our lives. We determine our own feelings and our own happiness. So be irrepressibly positive. The person who's fun to be around, welcome most anywhere, rather than the doom and gloom pessimist who's routinely shunned in the workplace and shunned in the classroom and who's never invited to happy hour. So smile and be cheerful and play nice or go home. And trust me on that one. Now, every workplace, whatever it is or wherever it is made up of leaders and followers. It couldn't possibly function without both. Many of us aspire to be leaders, either in the community or in the workplace, and many of us tremble at the thought. Some leaders are very effective, and I'm sure you've met some that are really misplaced. Do each of us know what it is we are or what we should be? We need both. Some people do all the things a leader does, but are either reticent to speak up or don't want to be, quotes, leading the troops. And this person fills an important role of the invisible leader, leading from behind, the advisor. If that is you, such a person is diligent, studies the issues, and is thoughtful and helping when looking for solutions and options. All good leaders need and want advisors who can act as sounding boards. Leadership is taken, not given. Not intentionally, but simply by the actions of an individual. A potential leader is the first person to step forward to do a job, the first to make useful, thoughtful suggestions, and the first to get things done. And one doesn't do this for recognition. One does it because it's a natural inclination of a person to be part of the action and to lead. Now, leadership entails a lot of responsibility, and you will learn this as you go through life. A good leader generally has a vision of where things should go. And I am a believer that a good dose of common sense, coupled with some naivety, can be of great benefit. Some of the greatest achievements in the world have occurred because the visionary wasn't deterred by the knowledge of obstacles that could hamper success. So dare to dream and dare to act. One of my roles as chancellor is to brag about George Brown and to represent the college amongst my community and my peers, and I do that best when I proudly brag about you, the graduates. So please be proud of who you are, dream it, and then do it, so then I can brag. Now, I must recall at this particular day and thinking about tomorrow that one of the privileges of citizenship is the right to vote. So tomorrow, I'm not going to suggest how you do vote, but please, the first chance you get, please get out there and vote. And finally, may I wish you all the very best. And as you slide along the banister of life, may all the splinters be going in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chancellor. I now call upon Acting Dean Helen Vukovic to address the graduating class on behalf of the Center for Business and to introduce our keynote speaker. Helen?
Thank you, Georgia. Madam President, Madam Chancellor, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, family and friends of graduates and graduates. It is my pleasure to extend congratulations to our graduates today. I speak on behalf of your many professors and other staff members who are here today to show their support for your accomplishments. Like your family, your friends who join you today at this ceremony, we're very proud of you, proud of what you have achieved, and happy to have been part of your education at George Brown College. You've gained knowledge and skills to position you for employment in some of the key sectors of Toronto and the city region. Today, you follow in the footsteps of 45 years of George Brown graduates. You are joining over 200,000 alumni who are making a name for themselves around the world. As you embark on your career and in the years ahead, I urge you to look for opportunities to do business with other George Brown graduates and to stay connected with the George Brown community. At this point in time, I would like to say that I am honored to introduce our keynote speaker for this afternoon's convocation ceremonies. Very shortly, you'll be hearing from Mike Fenton, Executive Director, Macedonia 2025. I would suggest to you that Mike's career to date could be characterized as follows. He has been on a leadership journey. He has been carefully building deep professional relationships. He has gained immense expertise in fundraising, and he's always been open to innovation. In the fast evolving world of marketing and advertising, he's held leadership positions ranging from the Director of Events for Marketing Magazine to President and CEO of the National Advertising Benevolent Society, the de facto support system for all Canadian professionals in marketing communications sector, and currently as Executive Director of Macedonia 2025. This is a global non-governmental organization, and he's overseeing a mandate to help create a prosperous economic climate in Macedonia that in turn will establish opportunity and innovation for its citizens and foreign investors. I do encourage you all to pay careful attention to Mike's message. He is someone who, throughout his career, has provided in-depth guidance both to for-profit businesses and also to not-for-profit businesses. I think everyone who knows Mike will be able to say that he truly understands the value of relationships. In fact, he has had a relationship with George Brown College for more than 20 years. When the Sport and Event Marketing Program, many graduates here today, was first launched, with extensive help and encouragement from industry, he was hired to teach on it in a part-time basis. Ever since that point in time, he's been a wonderful mentor and role model to many of our faculty and students. He has chaired the School of Marketing Program Advisory Committee for more than a decade and is also one of the founders of the signature 5 to Watch event, which is a celebration of Canadian sports business leadership, a fundraising event, which to date has raised close to $100,000 for student awards. I am grateful, we are all grateful, to Mike for taking the time to be with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mike Fenton.
Good afternoon, or I should say zdravo, which is Macedonian for hello. It's great to see we've got a full house. It's nice to see all of my supporters are up in the balcony, so I'd ask them to keep it quiet. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, members of the Platform Party, graduates, my colleagues, the faculty and staff, having been a former faculty member, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's wonderful to be here. It's such a special day, and I want to congratulate all of the graduates, but I have to ask, where are the sport and event marketing students? My people. But I talked to everyone here today in the Faculty of Business because as one of the fastest growing and largest faculties in the college, obviously, as Helen said, I've had a very special relationship with George Brown for more than 20 years. But I want to congratulate you and congratulate you on something that you have accomplished, which is going to be part of your personal legacy. And I also want to recognize your family and friends. As Helen said, no one can become a success on their own. Everyone here has provided support to you on your path towards graduation. Many years ago, I sat at my convocation at Laurentian University in Sudbury, and our speaker was the late, great Canadian broadcaster Barbara Frum. I remember being impressed with how well she spoke. Being a broadcaster, it wasn't surprising, but she really spoke to us personally. But I also thought, from a personal standpoint, what could she possibly say that's going to make a difference in my future. And that brings me to George Brown and a memory from many years ago, probably one of the reasons I'm standing up in front of you today. Back in the early 90s as a volunteer, I was invited to help launch the new postgraduate certificate program in sport and event marketing. After a year, the college asked me if I would like to be a part-time lecturer and the intern advisor. At this time, the internships were provided on a part-time basis. We posted student resumes, not online, but on paper in a binder that stayed in the resource library. This was before the internet and email, so it was a lot tougher to find jobs back then. I taught one course a week and then provided advice on things like resume prep, job search, and perhaps the most important question that every student asks: how do I get an interview to get a job? That question hasn't changed much over many years. I remember going into class every week and thinking, what could I possibly say this week that the students will care about and that will get them excited? Because I know it's tough, especially those 8 o'clock Monday morning classes that I seem to always end up with. Well, that one-year assignment turned into a 7-year part-time teaching position, and after I finished teaching, I joined the advisory committee for business marketing. And I've seen many, many positive changes at the college. It's certainly a more diverse, vibrant, and important part of the post-secondary education system in Ontario. So, how does that relate to our time here today? Well, in my business career and as a supporter and advisor to the college, I've spoken and interviewed hundreds of students and colleagues, many of whom were looking for advice on how to get the next interview, the next job, or deal with an important personal issue. There are a few basic lessons that I think we should remember at those important times in our lives. Like right now. Some of you know exactly what you want to do, and the career path seems pretty clear. That's great. I wish you all a success. If you know where you're going, follow it. But for the rest of you, and I suspect it's probably the majority of you, you probably still have questions and some uncertainty about the next step in your career search. So there's a few thoughts I'd like you to keep in mind. Some might be relevant today, some maybe a few years from now. The first, no one ever succeeded without failing. You probably heard it from your profs. But as a new graduate, I can tell you, you'll have leeway to make mistakes at the start of your career that you will not get the benefit of later in your career. So, be willing to try new things. Don't be afraid of getting outside your comfort zone. Second, your reputation will stay with you for your entire career. Remember, people prefer to hire and recruit based on the recommendations of others. Technical and professional skills are very important. But before you're hired, someone's going to have to provide a reference to endorse you. Many times, and I mean many times, I've called senior executives to check on their recommendations, who then gave me either a negative or indifferent feedback on a potential candidate. So I would recommend never, ever burn bridges. If you're in a difficult position, if someone has taken advantage or treated you unfairly, or if you've been let go of a job, and it's going to happen, I think the number is somewhere between 13 and 15 career changes now. Don't retaliate, and certainly don't post negative messages on social media. Take the high road. Trust me. Be yourself. Be your best self. Don't get into an argument or disagreement that will come back to haunt you down the road. You never know when you might need to do business with that person or organization, or perhaps you might need a reference from them. Third, keep building your skills toolbox. Always look to add new skills. They will diversify your personal portfolio and make you more attractive to new employers. One of the best ways to do this, because you have time as a new graduate, is to volunteer. You'll meet more interesting people and build your network of relationships through volunteering than you could ever imagine. There are more than 80,000 charities and not-for-profits in Canada. They all need energetic and committed volunteers. Find a cause you're passionate about, and now that you're a graduate, consider donating some time to George Brown College. Fourth, build and nurture relationships. At the end of the day, people like to deal with people, not companies. No matter the job title, the financial wealth, the size of the house or the car that somebody drives, everybody, and I mean everybody, has unique things that they are passionate about, and they know more than you. To build relationships, take interest in those things. Too often we focus on what we want, our interests, or our job, and we're only happy to tell people about them. It's okay to be proud of what you do, but always take an interest in what others do. You'll be surprised, probably shocked, at how the skills and experience of others can help you if you just care to ask. Fifth, find a mentor and learn from them. I suspect you've probably got a lot of mentors here on the stage. Stay in touch with them. When you graduate, don't lose touch with the college. And when you have developed your own career and made a few mistakes along the way, but have some experience to share, become a mentor yourself. Throughout your career, look for colleagues or senior members of your company, your industry, or your social network who you admire for their experience, maybe their success, perhaps their personality. I will tell you that people, almost universally, are willing to share their experience and advice. Early in my career, there was a senior member of our company who was one of my mentors. Now, it wasn't a formal relationship, but he became a mentor. Everyone had the highest respect for him, even some of our biggest competitors. Now, why? Why would that be? One universal truth. He treated everybody fairly. He never judged or criticized unless it was justified. He made time to speak with people, really speak with them, not text them, not email them, but he actually spoke to them. From the receptionist and the janitor to members of our board, he treated everyone the same. I made a point of working with him whenever possible and staying in touch with him even when I left. Frankly, I still use him as a benchmark today. When I'm faced with a difficult situation, I often think, how would he have dealt with it? And usually it's the right way to go. Finally, there's no straight line to the perfect job. Any of the grads who in Sport and Event or at any of our award shows or PAC committees have probably heard me use this line in the past. Too often, we want to go from graduate to the vice president's office in 2 years with all the perks and the money. It ain't going to happen. So, be willing to build your career. I would say that many new graduates are concerned that committing to work in a particular sector or with specific organization limits them to that type of job for their entire career. I will tell you, and I remember, and I laugh about this, as the intern advisor in Sport and Event, I can remember many students coming to me in the year that they were in school, insisting, sometimes demanding, that they had to have an internship with one specific company. They were convinced that interning for a lesser-known organization would prevent them from moving to other parts of the industry in the future. I say, find your passion, work towards that thing that excites you to get out of bed in the morning, and not the paycheck. If you follow the money, you'll be disappointed. If you follow your passion, you'll be rewarded. Don't be afraid to work or volunteer with organizations outside of your area of expertise either. Get as much experience as you can from diverse or related areas of the industry. And eventually, what you'll probably find is you'll get an opportunity to work in a position that marries your personal passion and your professional experience. I'm answering that question a lot in the last year in my current role as Macedonia 2025. I'm not Macedonian. I don't speak the language, but I got the job. So, to wrap up, I'm going to offer you a tip. It's free. I guarantee it will help you in almost every situation, no matter who you're dealing with. It's easy to remember as well. 5 simple words, but you'll be surprised at the impact it has and how it helps you build relationships in your personal life and in your career. Next time you're talking with someone, just before you finish, just stop and ask them, how can I help you? When you ask this question, you have to be prepared to back it up. You have to be willing to help. If you're not, then don't ask it. But I guarantee the reaction will usually be one of 2 things. There'll be silence, followed by, no one's ever asked me that before, or no one's asked me that in an awful long time. People rarely have an immediate answer, but they will appreciate it if you mean it. They'll also remember you because you cared to ask. And I will guarantee you that by helping others, you'll help yourself. So, I started by stating I was hoping to provide you with one or two key takeaways. I hope you heard something today that will be helpful in your career. Before I finish, I just want to go off script and I want to thank a few people myself. As we know, we don't get where we are by doing it on our own. I want to thank the management team at George Brown, particularly Helen, Maureen, the dean who's not with us, Elizabeth and Kathy, and my family who's with me today. I really appreciate this. It means a lot. College is a tremendous, tremendous resource. For 20 years, I've done it as a volunteer with no expectation of payback. And I can tell you it's a huge, huge honor. So, Godspeed, good luck, and if you want to check with me, look me up on LinkedIn. All the best.
Thank you, Mike. I'd now like to ask President Ancedo to come to the podium to say a few words about this year's recipient of an honorary graduate certificate in sport and event marketing.
Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Fenton, not only for that encouraging address, but for the innovation and passion you've brought to our Centre for Business and to Canada's business sector as a whole. And I also appreciate the emotion because I know how heartfelt it is. Your entrepreneurial spirit, breakthrough leadership, and tireless commitment to supporting the next generation of business professionals have inspired us to present you with an honorary graduate certificate in sport and event marketing. As a member and chair of the School of Marketing's Program Advisory Committee, you were instrumental in the development of our sport and event marketing program and the launch of our 5 to Watch Awards. You are a fitting role model for our students with a well-rounded career that demonstrates the immense value of collaboration, communication, and giving back. It is with great pleasure that I congratulate you on joining our long legacy of distinguished George Brown graduates. I'd now like to call on Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton, Acting Dean Ellen Vukovic, and Michael Fenton to come forward for the presentation of the honorary graduate certificate. I am honored to confer an honorary graduate certificate in sport and event marketing on Michael Fenton. Congratulations. Appreciate all your support. So somewhere they for taking a picture. Okay, congratulations.
We have now come to the part in today's ceremony in which we recognize outstanding scholastic achievement by our graduates. At this time, we would like to recognize the recipient of the Governor-General's Academic Medal. First awarded in 1873 by the Earl of Dufferin, the Governor-General's Academic Medal is one of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student in a Canadian educational institution for exceptional academic achievement. The Collegiate Bronze Medal from the Governor-General of Canada is awarded to the student in a 2 or 3 year program with the highest cumulative grade point average. This year, the recipient of the Governor-General's Academic Medal is Quinn Kao-Hu, who graduated from the Office Administration Medical Program in the School of Health Services Management in the Center for Health Sciences. Quinn received this award at her convocation ceremony yesterday. I'm going to ask you to join me in a round of applause to acknowledge her achievement. We would now like to recognize the recipient of the Board of Governors Medal. The Board of Governors Medal was established in 2007 when the first degree program students graduated from George Brown College. The medal is awarded to a full-time student in a degree program of at least 4 years' duration and is awarded for academic excellence to the student with the highest cumulative grade point average. This year, the recipient of the Board of Governors Medal is Larry Lamb, who is graduating from the Bachelor of Applied Business Financial Services program in the School of Accounting and Finance in the Center for Business. I'd like to ask Jim Daku and Julie Bolmash, who are members of our Board of Governors, to come forward to present the medal. And Larry, please come forward to receive your award. Congratulations, Larry. Thank you. Larry, I'm going to hold on to you. Okay, thank you. Okay. And I'd now like to call on Acting Dean Helen Vukovic to come forward because Larry is also the winner of the Dean's Award for the Center for Business, an award that recognizes a student's high academic achievement over all semesters within the center and contributions to the college community. Congratulations, Larry. Thank you. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian for this afternoon. Rob Linley is graduating from the Business Administration Marketing Program from the School of Marketing. Rob, will you please come forward to address the graduating class of 2014?
Wow. Okay. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, members of the Platform Party, fellow graduates, George Brown faculty and staff, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm very happy to be standing here right now representing all of the graduates from the Center for Business. To be honest, when I was first told I was nominated for this honor, I said, can't somebody else do that? This reaction did not really come from the shock of being selected, or even just my laziness regarding having yet another assignment to do for school, but rather my fear of writing and delivering this very speech. After hearing the news and with anxiety on my mind, I talked to a good friend of mine. I told her I was unsure whether or not I should even accept this responsibility. I was afraid of recognition, afraid of embarrassment, afraid of failure. In response to my fears, as only she could, she asked me, "Are you afraid of success?" Now those words really struck a chord with me. They bounced around inside my head for days while I searched for their meaning. Nothing makes us more uncomfortable than fear. It is a primal instinct that keeps us alive. Fear invokes the flight or fight response, and often our first reaction is to flee back to our comfort zone. Overcoming fear doesn't happen instantly or automatically. It is the result of deliberate intention and conscious action towards doing the things that scare us. As a result of overcoming our fears, we grow as people and expand the possibilities in our lives. Now, this concept of fear led me to a passage by acclaimed author Marianne Williamson. It really helps to illustrate my feelings and thought pattern during those days. I will paraphrase it for you now. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine. We are born to achieve the greatness within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people the permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So now, as we sit in this room, I ask of all of you, please do not be afraid. Embrace your fears from this point forward. Go forward and achieve the greatness that I know is in each and every one of you. The world needs you. Now, on a slightly lighter note, I did have one other little fear about today. I was afraid of forgetting some important thank yous. So if you don't mind, I brought along a few thank you notes that I'd like to read to you now. Thank you, OSAP. Not done. For allowing us to live like rock stars for 2 months out of the year, only to put up with eye rolls from our families when they all receive creative, homemade gifts come the holiday season. Thank you, Tim Hortons line, for always getting us to class on time and suggesting to our profs that punctuality is indeed less important than caffeine. Thank you, textbooks, for almost always being optional. Thank you, PowerPoint for smartphones, for always being there just when we needed you most. Thank you, George Brown elevators, for forcing us to get physical exercise every day. Just simply out of pure impatience. Thank you, Jamaican patties, for always making our brains ponder. What kind of meat must we be eating for production costs to allow for a $1 selling price that still makes a profit? Still delicious, though, you know? Now for a couple serious ones. Thank you, faculty, for giving us the tools needed to succeed in the workplace and preparing us for our careers by sharing your industry and life experience. Thank you, family, for always supporting us in our search for self-identity, our quest for knowledge, our hunt for success, and our pursuit of happiness. And finally, thank you, graduating class of 2014, for eliminating any possible fears of what is to come in the future of the business world. Looking out among you all here today, I know it's in good hands. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. We have now reached the formal part of our ceremony where we award the credentials, the degrees, diplomas, and certificates, and these become official documents of the college. I invite Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton to come forward. And would the candidates, that would be you, please stand.
Stand up, folks. What is it about instructions they don't understand?
Madam Chancellor, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates assembled here today have qualified in all respects for their credentials by successfully completing curricula offered by the Center for Business at George Brown College. Faculty members have recommended that they be awarded their credentials in recognition of their academic accomplishments.
By virtue of the authority granted to me by the Board of Governors of George Brown College, I do hereby confer on you your respective degrees, diplomas, and certificates with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Madam Chancellor, on behalf of the candidates not present, I request that you confer their credentials in absentia.
I so do, and congratulations to you all.
Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, during the next part of the ceremony, we will be presenting the candidates individually to Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton and President Ann Sado. To show our respect for each candidate, because they've all worked hard, we ask that you remain in your seats until the last candidate has received his or her credential. We also ask that you withhold your applause and contain your enthusiasm, hard as that is, until all the candidates from each program have been presented. Candidates, as you make your way across the stage, please follow the printed footsteps on the floor. Upon receiving your credential, we ask that you return to your seats and enjoy the rest of the convocation program. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I wish to present the candidates from the Center for Business so that you may confer their credentials and congratulate them. I ask our announcer to come to the podium right now, which will be Vistan, and there we are. Patrick Kwok-Choon is a graduate of the George Brown College Theatre School.
Okay. Okay. Madam Chancellor and Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Center for Business, School of Accounting and Finance, Business Administration, Human Resources Program. Shabir Ahmad. Iftikhar Alum. Madeline R. Amson. Claudine Sumsadad Biglet. Juliana Ferreira Casador. Monica Chernyavskaite. Thomas Anthony Clark. Monica Sadja. Apple Joy de la Cruz. Damla Diana Dogan. Margaret Bryn Fraser. Samrawit Estefanos Gebregiorgis. Rubia Nadine Giron Martel with honors. Wanda Nicole Green. Julie Kathleen Hoggy. Yao Kin He with honors. Ji Hyun Jung with honors. Malalay Karimzada. Diksha Kular. Alexandros Kurtzadzanides. Chantel Simone Lang. Vera Ama Jacobs. Razel Lopez. Nicole Marie Martins. Alia Dare Mong. Tiffany Lynn Mazzola with honors. Lena Marcela Morales. Sasha Lillian Monroe. Abdirahman Omar. Mary Papagiannis. Julieth Penuela Hernandez. Dawn Laverne Quinton with honors. Natalie Rodeross with honors. Loretta Silva. Christina Lou Simborio. Chelsea Abigail Soper. Kyle Michael Tate with honors. Robert Matthew Vallela. Diane Elizabeth Valencia with honors. Natalie Diane Venzon. Anastasia Vinokurova. Marlena Vilamovsky. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Human Resources Management Program. Risha? Clarice Nid Acho Tinda with honors. Onkar Ashok Adeki. Isabel Afonso. Alunfunke Ayunloye Ajiboy. Hannah Jane Armstrong with honors. Fatima Bakswala. Yu K. Oscar Cesena. Zuzana Selkovska with honors. Sonam Chowdhury with honors. Jenny Joseph Christian. Sharissa Collins. Virgil DaCosta. Luis Fernando Delpham. Nika Dudkina with honors. Aviel Dumov with honors. Weha Gao. Isha Garg. Liam Joseph Gihan Hearn. Robin Hayes. Nora Ispister with honors. Sneha Iyer. Sahil Jogalkar. Christina Kempf with honors. Taylor Kennedy. Himanshu Kochar. Lawrence W. Lee with honors. Michelle Leanne Mack. Lima Matthew with honors. Gayatri Misra. Ivan Opanasenko. Caitlin Sarah Powell. Stephanie Robinson with honors. Pravin Anthony Rodriguez. Ranbir Singh. Ankit Singh. Adam Tarswell with honors. Juhi Vijay Takar. Natalia Vasilyeva. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the School of Management Business Administration Program. Walter Acosta. Omar Ahmed. Owina Alexander. Teba Kais Aljiburi with honors. Julia Alonzi with honors. Nancy Laura Anselmi. Francis Joseph Edet Asukwo. Sabir Bakwadinov. Marco Alejandro Bardales with honors and Dean's Medal winner. Greg Barris. Keith Vincent Cabrera. Christian Matthew Chandler. Melissa Elaine Chandler. Daniela Chirinos. Mubashir Databoy. Sanad Dandachi. Michaela Denbrook. Ryan Dinos. Damaris Gugliotti. Derek Evan Herbert with honors. Min Jing Huang with honors. Manraj Kaur Singh. Chi Sung Song with honors. Afnan Khurshid. Morgan Alexandra Karenkevich. Gordon Zachary Korn with honors. Maria Leon. Tiffany Liu with honors. Catherine Lukasik. Adam K. Lutchman. Juan Ricardo Aclan Manrique. Kevin Patrick McDonald. Maria Mishutina with honors. Chantel Myers. Stanley Nguyen. Shaylee Dipakumar Madia. Michael Martins Perez. Jordan Phillip. Luis Carlos Oliveira Ribeiro. William Rudolph Sawyer. Andrew Alexander Silvera. Tarandeep Singh. Gregory Michael Succo. Jacqueline Beatrice Sosa. Rafael Gustavo Sotomayor. Cody Specker. Kirsten Saint-Hilaire. Safira Marina Sulilatu. Nana Nyarko Tachi. Sylvie Tang. Tiffany May Tino. Cassandra Gabriela Torres. Rinkesh Ramachandra Toshniwal. Quinn Tran. Dinha Trong with honors. Anthony White. Ricardo Yu with honors. Mohammed Zakaria. Ying Zhao. Si Ying Zheng. Xiaofei Zhang with honors. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Small Business Entrepreneurship Program. Sahil Bansal. Samil Garesh Jagda. Hawaljit Kaur. Alfan Kenaksioglu. Adera Obakin, Siddharth Bakul Pathak with honors. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the International Business Management Program. Swaraj Soni Singh with honors. Carolina Almeida with honors. Kriti Arora with honors. Miguel Campoy with honors. Ana Maria Carmona. Eliana Caro. Jasmine Kaur Garcha. Nara Gomez Roa with honors. Carolina Hernandez with honors. Hui Hui Liu with honors. Karen Ravikant Moore. Magesh Kumar Murugesan. Neha Patricha with honors. Ravi Philip with honors. Anastasia Polekyova with honors. Ankit Vital Buchari. Laura Ramirez with honors. Joa Light Rego. Lizette Rivero. Tarun Sharma. Amandeep Singh. Gurpreet Singh. Kawalpreet Singh. Rose Tomik with honors. Bashir Mohammed Usman. Nina Ueno. Bhumika Sudhir Warlikar with honors. Mohammed Zolgadar. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the School of Marketing, Business Administration Marketing Program. Ahmed Aloreifan. Jerome A. Aiglin. Marcio Kelson Armando. Kimia Asadi. Kyle Birch. Andrew John Batondo. Sabrina Bully with honors. David Corrett. Evan Claver. James Delita. Justin Alec Dawkins. Royden Delpeche. Beverly Danielle Dunn with honors. Carl Dominique Ranchez Mandak. Jovi Sacro Timbang. Joel Tivon Javier James. Eamon Victoria Idia. Manuel Espiritu. Daniel Alejandro Estrada. Luke Frazier with honors. Kirk Gibson. Eric Gomez. Yoner Gomez Oliva. James Matthew Frazier Greeley. Bradley Jamra. Jennifer Isla. Juen Jiang with honors. Derek George Hoffman. Khalil John. Daniel Johnson. Alexander Metcalf Fryer Keene. Sean Michael Kidney. Philippe Lasso with honors. Danielle Alexandria Leculier with honors. Min Lei. Robert James Lindley with honors and Dean's Medal winner. Jake Maggi. Leah Martinez. Samantha McCreary. Mambo Olga Mukuta. Katrina Murphy. Wafa Mustafa. Juliana Maria Muto. Alexandra Nikitina with honors. Jamie Alberto Pancheco with honors. Nicholas Parvatan. Alma Portillo. Ravin Rambali with honors. Rio J. Santos Ramos. Natalie Victoria Reed. Jillian May Reyes. Jason Richard. Erica Rochester with honors. Aaron Bravo Rodriguez. Mary Agnes Salan. Marine Samar. Laura Teresa Sanders with honors. Michael Philip Santos. Dmitry Sedelnikov. Tanya Silva. Jesse Simmons. Jerry Alexander Sieben. Marina Skachkova. Carolina Sliwinska with honors. Natalie Jacqueline Smith. Stephen Tong. Alana Ray Tufford. Max Grant Valley. Alina Vasilyeva. Stephanie Valensky. Manny Vuong with honors. Kathy Yo Lu. Peter George Zhao. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the School of Marketing, Business Administration, Sports and Event Marketing Program. Peter John Ambadshir with honors. Aaron Andrews with honors. Matthew Mavan Beck with honors and Dean's Medal winner. Kwazants Jillian Boisno. Roman Birchenko. Federico de Jesus Cortez Ortiz. Taryn Daneman with honors. Daniela Adriana De Francesco with honors. Olga Filimonova. Anna Christina Fleury with honors. Kylie Ford. Manos Yaramas with honors. Jeremiah Como Kehonj. Kaylin Hines with honors. Daria Ignatieva. Michael Thomas Kramok with honors. Mark Lloyd with honors. Cristina Mate Bermejo with honors. Shane Miller. Janelle Christina Mota with honors. Vanessa Pinault with honors. Trisha Reed. Alan Mohammed with honors. Veronica Rimsha. Daniel Sanchez. Lisa Sidorenko with honors. Tracy Elizabeth Wakeford. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Marketing Management Financial Services Program. Abeba Johannes Belet with honors. Rajiv Bhutani. Charlotte Laforgia. Hannah Lee. Alona Kabibuliana. Braden Pettifer. Mudita Srivastana. Zaman Suderji with honors. Madok Tabatabayi with honors. Sahel Zrek. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Strategic Relationship Marketing Program. Tajinder Singh Bola. Yogesh Chana with honors. Deepak Chugh with honors. Karan Garg. Mariana Semini with honors. Shraddha Jayesh Kamdar with honors. Jitendra Kapil. Dinesh Kishnani with honors. Ai Kobayashi. Vinod Kurumurlil Narayanan. Kristika Kundinya with honors. Yuvraj Lal. Lordena Matarazzo. Chintan Mishra. Yash Munjikar. Purvika Kinar Murawala. Punit Patak. Abhinav Purohit. Namita Ray with honors. Basharat Raymond. Christian Rigos Salguero with honors. Sushant Shah. Dennis Shashura with honors. Om Singh. Sunny Arjinder Pal Singh with honors. Nadeem Kareem Sutar. Reiko Takahashi. Erica Tin with honors. Ray Tsao with honors. Anuj Trika. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Center for Business, School of Accounting and Finance, the Business Accounting Program. Selamawit Abraha, with honors. Helen Aliyah Abraham. Halima Akhtar. Alexander Amikuchi. Claude Conrad Benjamin. Irene Eloisa Bermejo. Nehova Cordero Silva. Tiffany Diaz. Jamie Roger Godet. Xiaowei Ga, with honors. Wei Huang. Xiaona Huang. Hamza Javed. Anna K. Johnson. Gladiol Islamaj. Jiaoyang Li. Yingman Li. Yuan Liu. Richel Perez Lumbres, with honors. Denise Mateos. Jose Ignacion Niera Penalosa. Benita Joy Ogbed. Tamara Saracen. Tomoko Sawamoto, with honors. Mi Shen. Meiyan Xiang. Yudian Shi, with honors. Gurpreet Singh, with honors. Yili Sun, with honors. Martin City. Hong Wen Sharon Tan. Yan Yahan Tang. Fatima Tizhush, with honors. Yu Wang. Yuing Tian Wang. Xu Ting Yang. Xiao Li Yang, with honors. Meng Xin Zhang, with honors. Wenrei Jiang. Bi Yuan Zhu. Yuan Liang. Jing Huang. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Business Administration Accounting Program. Rabindra Das Amtaya. Jennifer Joyce Angulo. Samin Atur. Arvin Keith Ramos Banzon. Raymond Batista. Jason Bouchard. Anna Yumiko da Silva Cato. Mojida Chowdhury. Sebastião de Pacupolo. Zheng Bui. Kai Hong Zhao. Essence Julia dos Santos. Jessica Ire. Andrew Finley. Sarah Ann Gilbert, with honors. Joseph Sandy Gomez. Rosa Edith Gomez, with honors. Sujit Gurung, with honors. Xiao Jiang Huang, with honors. Ora Hook, with honors. Indra Jagdeo. Umar Khan. Aki Kuwata, with honors. Kidney Leung, Jimmy Liu, Saren Tades Mebrate, Dylan Mercer, Melissa Newton, Vu Van Nguyen, Joan Ocampo, Rushi Patel, Kenneth Caesar Ponce with honors, Asan Rana, Angeles Rodriguez, Neda Sabeti with honors, Ryan Rafael Samad, Tahia Sultana, Maria Yordanova, Jonathan Young, Tianwen Yu, Ti Wen Yu with honors, Naveed Zairi with honors. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Business Administration Finance Program. Kurat-ul An, Radina Boyanova Beneva, Massimo Bevilacqua with honors, Lubna Bibi, Zanib Butt with honors, Leo Delator, Neil Delator, Youssef Fatahi, Shu Feng, Sun Ho William Kim with honors, Huai Vian Lai, Yi Lin, Samira Mahmood with honors and Dean's Medal winner, Tung Van Nguyen, Van Tung Nguyen, Julian Leonard Pereira, Kevin Reyes, Pardeep Cedar, Varun Sharma, Sanam Srosh, Luigi Tuland with honors, Dana Wang with honors, Evgenia Pencheva Yancheva, Jing Zhao with honors. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Business Administration Financial Management Program. Marvin Paolo Fuentes, Leandro Garcia Mendoza, Tiona Gobidedashvili, Wahidullah Hajibullah, Xiao Lei Han, Faisal Sharif Khan, Monique Lacasandile, Alexander Mercado, Diana Namuli Magimbi, Si Quin Diem Pham, Mohammed Saad Siddiqui, thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Financial Planning Program. Gurmanik Singh with honors, Ankush Bansal, Ambar Roland Benjamin, Sandy Paola Blancas Mendoza. Carol Ann Brophy with honors. Laura Kazin with honors. Maram Sise with honors. Yun Ding with honors. Jennifer Duffin. Sarah Ferrucci. Alphonse Michael John Garbins with honors. Aparna Gill with honors. Kuldeep Kaur. Ashim Khanna with honors. Sonia Ladhani. Polina Lisetska with honors. Michael Oluseun Ogedengbe. Vishesh Pandya with honors. Krishna Jakat Patel. Nissi Peter Abraham. Maxwell Pittman. Preetpal Singh Saini. Vivek Kumar Singh. Chen Sun with honors. Trishana Venicia Walker with honors and Dean's Medal winner. Chintan Zankat. Yu Zhang. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Bachelor of Applied Business Financial Services program. Yi Yan Kai. Philippe Cardoso. Lisa Chu. Ramil Brian Cueto. Marie Claire Gasimba. Paulina Grisha with honors. Sonia Likia Laku. Larry Lamb with honors, Dean's Medal winner, Dean's Award winner, and Board of Governors Medal Award winner. Jampa Lachok. Michael Jordan Little. Yan Liu with honors. Danique Tony McIntosh. Andres Molina. Shanil Inayat Motiani. Miko Dario Shu. Thank you, Madam Chancellor and Madam President, and congratulations, all graduates!
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the conferring of credentials. I now invite President Ann Sato to address the graduating class. Madam President.
Good afternoon, class of 2014. This is the home stretch. I'm honored to join your families and friends in congratulating you on your graduation from George Brown College. This is a milestone I hope you'll remember with pride for the rest of your life. Take a minute now to savor the experience, because before you know it, you'll be busy working towards your next goal. That advice goes double for the parents in the audience, and I speak from experience. This time last year, I was sitting in an auditorium much like this one, watching my younger son cross the stage at his own convocation. He was home with us for just one night before heading to Calgary for a new job. One minute we were celebrating together, the next he was on a new path. Blink and you'd miss it. Class of 2014, I imagine that when you enrolled at George Brown, Convocation seemed like a distant dream. Since then, you've surpassed many milestones. Your first day of class, your last exam, that aha moment when you mastered a new skill. Life is an endless stream of experiences and opportunities rushing by at top speed. You can't slow it down, but you can choose to see the potential in each moment. Celebrate your victories, both large and small. Rise to every challenge and make every minute count. Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield offered some advice on this subject during his 2013 mission to the International Space Station. He said, "Decide in your heart of hearts what really excites and challenges you, and start moving your life in that direction. Every decision you make, from what you eat to what you do with your time tonight, turns you into who you are tomorrow and the day after that." When I look back on my own career, I'm struck by how decisions that seemed inconsequential at the time have had a ripple effect. Things like introducing myself to someone new or volunteering a few hours of my time. As you prepare to begin your next journey, I'd like to share a few strategies that have helped me in my career. In fact, I'll share a few stories from GBC graduates who have found success in their fields. I hope these strategies might also help you, and I hope in a few years I'll be telling your stories. First and foremost, keep building your networks. Take advantage of the relationships you've established with staff and faculty at George Brown, and ask them for advice or introductions. Keep in touch with your classmates and support each other as you explore your new field. Surround yourself with enthusiastic supporters who know what you're interested in and what you're good at. You never know what doors these contacts could open up. Fashion techniques and design graduate João Paulo Guedes landed a job at Canada Goose thanks to a tip from a former instructor. He also kept in touch with a designer he met during his field placement in Delhi, and now they're collaborating on designs they hope to sell in Canada and India. Second, don't be afraid to take a risk or try something new. These efforts won't always be successful, but as long as you learn something, you will be successful. Alvin Vigila, a graduate of our Culinary Arts Italian program, recently took a big risk by competing on the TV show Chopped Canada, and it paid off. He came in first place, taking home a cash prize and making a name for himself as an up-and-coming chef. And finally, never stop learning. I sincerely believe that education leads to opportunity. In the future, you may wish to pursue a new credential or update your professional knowledge through continuing education. Lifelong learning will help you keep your skills sharp and your brain engaged. Our doors are always open for you at George Brown. In fact, many graduates continue their relationship with the college throughout their lives, both as lifelong learners and as industry partners. In the future, you might consider joining a program advisory committee, hosting a student for a field placement, hiring a graduate, or supporting the George Brown College Foundation. In the meantime, I encourage you to take advantage of the support services available to you as a George Brown alumnus. Make sure you update your contact information at our Alumni Relations Office so you can access all of their services. Class of 2014, today you join a long legacy of distinguished George Brown alumni. They are key business leaders, beloved community workers and nurses, renowned performers, top chefs, crucial city builders, and the list goes on. Like those that came before you, you are a class of innovators and problem solvers, entrepreneurs and future leaders. This auditorium is bursting with skilled graduates ready to embark on rewarding new careers, equipped with the knowledge gained at George Brown. Today, we formally recognize your passage from student to graduate, using age-old symbols that connect academia's past with its present. This year, we've added a traditional element to Convocation with the introduction of the ceremonial mace, which Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton mentioned earlier. Its introduction has strong historical significance for the college, recognizing our transformation and growth over the years. Yours will always be the first graduating class where the mace was part of the ceremony. And our mace is particularly special, as our Chancellor noted, because it was designed and developed by a team of George Brown faculty, staff, students, and alumni. The design incorporates many aspects of the college's identity and our values. For example, the rings of Ontario medals represent a sense of industry and the applied nature of our programs. Inscribed words include values like passion, integrity, and leadership. I'd like to thank Chancellor Eaton and her husband, John Craig Eaton, for this wonderful gift to the college. I'd also like to thank all of the parents, families, partners, and friends in the audience for supporting our graduates as they pursued their passions at George Brown. They couldn't have done it without you, and I hope your support will be returned in kind when you need it. But most of all, I'd like to congratulate each member of the class of 2014 on your tremendous achievement. You saw the opportunity for learning at George Brown, and you refused to let that opportunity pass you by. You've put in long hours, both inside the classroom and out, working tirelessly to achieve your goal. Today, that persistence pays off. By completing your college education, you've laid an important foundation for career success. This moment isn't ending, but there are many exciting beginnings ahead. New jobs, new opportunities, and new challenges. George Brown was once unfamiliar to you, but you have succeeded here just as you will succeed elsewhere on your career path. You have the knowledge, you have the skills, and now you have the credential. What happens next is up to you, but I hope you'll seize every moment and make the most of it. Congratulations, class of 2014.
Thank you, Anne. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the staff and faculty of George Brown College, I want to congratulate not only the graduates, but also their families, friends, and guests. Graduates, as Anne has just said, each of you here today has accomplished a long journey to reach this achievement. And along the way, you've had support and encouragement of people close to you. Many of your supporters are here to celebrate with you today. So, this is your opportunity to say thank you to the parent, child, brother, sister, partner, spouse, or friend who helped make this possible. Some of them are here, and they'd share in your achievement. So I'm going to ask you to stand up, turn around, and let's give them a round of applause, please. And now I'm going to ask you to turn this way. All right. Turn around this way and join me in expressing your thanks to your faculty and the staff of your center. Okay. Thank you. You can sit down. I have a few more thanks to give as we bring this to a close. I would like to thank Deborah Iafredi, Associate Registrar, and the team from the Registrar's Office for organizing this convocation. I'd also like to thank Joanne Anderson, who provided real-time captioning for the ceremony, Monique Ledrew and Tara Everett, who have been our interpreters today, and Patrick Kwok-Chun, who was our announcer. Special thanks, fine. Thanks also go to the staff and students from various college departments who volunteered their time to participate today. I would also like to thank our piper, Aidan Bowen, our musicians from Lamb Chops Music, and Thunderjack, who provided the honor song. We hope our graduates and guests will join us downstairs here in the Sony Center following the ceremony for a reception. We ask that you remain in the auditorium until the platform party has left the stage. I now declare these graduation exercises closed. 1, 2, 3.